In this quick video, we're going to talk about how to create an iModel. An iModel is really convenient if you need to provide a client a DGN file, but you do not want them to be able to make edits to it. So we've got a file here, just a normal everyday garden variety DGN. I'm doing this in MicroStation V8i. Process is the same in MicroStation Connect Edition. Again, user and project doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and open this file. On the right, you're going to see the folder, and this is where the iModel will get created. Now, if I'm going to go ahead and do this, I'm going to do a File, pull-down menu, and I'm going to go down to Publish iModel. I'm going to select this, and the Publish iModel dialog appears. Now, I've got an option to create a single package, and I'm going to go ahead and check that. And I can include other files if I wanted to. Not going to do that now. My protection, I have three choices. I can say everyone, password, or certificate. What you want to do is password. Now, the password, there are limits to what you can do. There are variables that control this, but I'm going to set a simple password. And I'm going to click show so you can see what it is. Not necessary, but I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I have a choice here. I can say I want them to be able to export the file out, save as, do something like that. In this case, we don't want them to be able to make a copy of this, so we're going to uncheck that. Now you may want them to be able to print, so you may want that on. Expires, you can give this an expiration date, so they will not be able to open the file after a certain date. And then we're going to go ahead and say remove and intermediate files. In this process, it can create these intermediate files, and we don't need those right now. So I'm just going to check remove intermediate files. Now down at the bottom here, I want to see the publish button come on. If it doesn't come on, I would go to all content and select all content again, and that will enable this publish. So I'm going to go ahead and click publish. Pretty simple process, and it'll begin. You'll see a little progress bar down there. And then shortly on the right, you're going to see the iModel file appear. And there it is. It adds to the extension of .dgn a .i.dgn. And if I look at the file size there, you can see it's approximately the same size as the other file. And it would include reference files and things like that. So now at this point, I want to open up that iModel file. Now this is where they're going to have their security level set to high. If they don't, when they go to open it, it will give them an error message. And I'm going to demonstrate that. So I'm going to go and open the iModel file up. Just going to go to File, Open. There's the iModel file. I'm going to select it, click Open. And it's going to ask me for the password. So I'm going to type in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to click OK. Now the dialog pops up. Now, if we didn't give it a password, it would have just gone right in and gone to this dialog here, and it still would have been a protected file, but you can kind of control who gets to even open the file as an iModel by giving it a password. Not technically necessary. But on this dialog, it tells me there's a variable, MS security level. It needs to be set to high. Otherwise, I will not be able to open this file up. So I'm going to click OK. To set that variable, I'm going to go to my workspace pull down. I'm going to go to Configuration. And then I'm going to scroll on down to MS Security Level. There it is, MS Security Level. By default, we set this to none. So I'm just going to select it on the list. I'm going to click Edit. I'm going to change it from none. Just type in high. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to click OK again. Now it will tell me that it's going to save the changes to whatever my user file is. In my case it was untitled.ucf. So I'm going to click OK or yes. Now I need to restart MicroStation. You can't just try and open the file up. So I'm going to close the program. I'm going to launch MicroStation V8i again. There's the file. I'm going to go ahead and open that up. Again, it asks me for the password, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Click OK. The file will open in read-only mode. And how I know that is down along on the system status bar, I'm going to see file is read-only. Now, if I was to zoom in and try and make any changes, it won't let me. Now, I could do things like measure. So I can go to my measure tool And you can see I'm in measure distance, and I could say measure from here to here. That's not a problem. But as soon as I go to any command that will be performing any edits, like copy or place line or anything like that, it's going to kick me out of that tool and put me in element selection. Let me demonstrate. If I go to the Place Smart Line tool, notice it went to element selection. If I look at my message center at the bottom, it tells me tool not allowed, file is read-only. So they're going to be able to attach it as a reference file and or open the file. They're going to be able to measure and things like that, but they won't be able to make any edits to the file. So hopefully you found this helpful. Have any questions, let me know.